It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
Afternoon, everybody. It's Woodward Sports Network. It's Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Ryan Ermanni won't be with us today. We'll see you on Monday, big guy. But guess who is with us? My man, Terry Foster. Legend in the city. Over 3 decades of doing at the highest level, maybe even 4. But still a young man. T. Foster, how you doing, my guy?
Pretty good. Don't tell Neil Rule I'm here. 2 Fridays in a row. He'll be upset.
I got a chance to see Neil Rule earlier. I stopped by, even though we're not there. We're on Dispo on location in Hazel Park. You know how Dispo does us. We love to be here inside for the first time, so it's going to be good. But stop by there and see the guys over there before I came here. And Neil Rule, he's always looking angry now that he's running this marathon. Get me a little lower on the music, please, gentlemen. Neil Rule.
You know why he's angry?
Because he's
jealous.
He's working on his marathon.
He's been working on that for over a year.
But you know what? But to shout out to Big D Energy and Neil Rule. And before we get in there, Tom Mazaway is with us on location. Big guy, how you doing?
I'm good, Bray. Terry, thanks for coming in again on the last. What do they call it again?
The final word.
The final word. Yeah. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you tweeting it out or putting it out on X. And the people love when you're here, man.
It's a big thrill.
You know what? I used to like Neil a lot more than I do now. I like Chubby Neil.
When he was chubby,
Chubby Neil was my guy.
So did you like him because you thought he was chubby like you? Like you guys were in the chubby club?
Yeah, we were in the Chub Club. He left me behind. He's in good shape now. Works out at Planet Fitness. He's a stud.
Double ball.
He's a play-by-play guy. He's gonna be in the NBA here real soon. Somebody should hire this guy to be play-by-play.
Let me give Neil Rule some credit real quick. Yeah, Neil's the angry guy. We all love it. We all love to argue at our different times. But Neil Rule's the guy that's prepared. Like Neil Rule, man, like all the work he does from soccer to basketball to football to whatever sports you want to talk about, Neil Rule covers it all. And he does it at Woodward Sports Network. So shout out to my guy, Neil Rule, giving him a little love on a day like today. T. Foss.
Yes, sir.
Been a nice, and obviously the Lions are playing against the Panthers, and we will get into that. Got some sound from Dan Campbell, a couple cuts. We'll get into that, and also we'll talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown. If he's going to play, how much is he going to play? Will he be limited? But before we get into the Lions, we know they're going to smash the Panthers. What do you talk about this week? This week was beautiful, T-Foss. Like, this is like the end of summer. This is it. Like, because it's about to get cold outside.
Right. Look, the 80-degree days are done. The thing that you talk about this week is how frightened you are that the Lions might turn into the old Lions. Because
they're going
to smash it this weekend.
Hey, man, I was talking about the weather, and he talked about the same old Lions.
I know he is.
T-Foss, how you bringing this negative energy on this beautiful Friday?
That wasn't negative.
I was asking you about the weekend and the weather and this, and you started talking about the Lions being the same old Lions.
You always like to talk about the Lions. And later on.
It's my job.
I got to talk to you.
About the U of M?
No, about how you bamboozled me and let me astray.
What are you talking about? You want to save it for later?
Yeah, because Maz said if I bring it up now, you might walk off the set.
Was I wrong, though? What's up, my guy? How you doing? Was I wrong, though, Maz?
I don't know what he's really got up his sleeve.
Okay.
I just told him not to piss you off.
No. Listen. I'm going to tell you like this. Nothing can piss me off. I'm done in a good mood. Maz, I was talking to my mom, and we were talking about, you know what? Our show, Woodward Sports Network, period, man, we've been taking off, especially before the Lions season started. Now the Lions season started. We're just going up and up from the pregame show to the postgame show to Matt and Broder and what they do and just all the shows that we have. It's going in a great direction. But our show, speaking on our show, I just feel great, man. What's up, my guy? I feel great. Like, I feel the energy is good. I feel like Parker's in this space now. He's leading the shows, if you will. He's giving you a little stuff back-to-back, which is good. JB is amazing as always. And me and Ryan are even now arguing. So I think we're in a great space.
Yeah, I heard y'all argued last week.
It was a quick one. Like
But y'all never argue.
Oh, yeah, they do.
We do.
Okay.
We're smooth about it. It's a reoccurring topic. In fact, let's get into it now. Last night, Thursday Night Football, Chicago Bears versus who played last night?
Washington Commanders.
I'm joking. Washington
Commanders.
The Skins.
So this is Ryan's conversation, and it's about Justin Fields. And shout out to Ryan. We love you. This is his conversation. Justin Fields lost the game last week against the Broncos. They were up 28-7.
Right.
And then because he played bad in the second half, he lost the game. And I just said, look, Name me a quarterback that's had success in Chicago for a sustainable amount of time. Name me a quarterback that's had a second contract in Chicago. Talk about Matt Eberflus and the terrible job he did last year and this year. And so the conversation was when you see Justin Herbert up 28 in the playoffs and they lose and Trevor Lawrence wins the game, all the blame was on Brandon Staley. But with Justin Fields this season, it seems to be on him. Yesterday he played pretty good. He missed some throws. But he made some throws. DJ Moore took off. What was your take just on Justin Fields as a player last night, considering everything that he's dealt with in the last?
Just last night or overall?
You can talk about the last two.
Justin Fields is going to be dangerous if he gets coaching. He hasn't had coaching yet.
And
it's a bunch of scrubs
right.
who don't know what they're doing, have led him astray. But
why did last night work then?
Dick Butkus, I guess.
The Dick Butkus effect.
The
kid. I think the kid. I think he's got it.
Yeah,
I do. I look at Justin Fields, and I believe I would like him on my team to quarterback my team. Not right now. I'm happy with Jared Goff. Don't get jumping on me.
Right.
I think Justin Fields is the real deal, and I personally think he'll break the Ohio State quarterback jinx before C.J. Stroud gets out there and does it. I think the kid's very talented. He don't have a lot of talent around him. He really doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
The offensive line is so-so. Matt Eberflus is the defensive coach. It's up to the offensive guys and the quarterback coaches to get this kid right. Right now, the Chicago Bears, they've been a dumpster fire. But you know what? They showed up last night, and I had a hunch. I smelled a rat last night before that game, literally, at 8:10 at night. I'm at bowling. I'm like, I'm going to bet the Bears even today. So I looked. The money line was plus 225. So I threw $20 on him. I'm not going to go crazy. I wound up winning like $45 on him.
There you go.
Then I said, I'm going to take him, and I'm going to bet the under with him. That was a mistake as well because they went over on their own, basically, and Washington just no-showed. Talk about a coach that doesn't get it. Every other week, how do you play with the Philadelphia Eagles and then take a crap against Washington?
So, Terry, I want to put something out there to you. It's fun to talk to you about negative things because nobody does it better, but all true. So it's not like you're coming at people. It is true things, but nobody does it better. Yesterday we did something. We talked about the worst coaches in the NFL. I did my NFL worst coach hierarchy. I think I had Matt Canada, who isn't even a head coach, but he's just so bad I had to put him on the list at 5. I had Ron Rivera at 3. I had Josh McDaniels at 4. 2 was Matt Eberflus, and then 1 was obviously Brandon Staley. Ron Rivera is 2 and 3. He's got some players that are making some plays, but he just hasn't been that guy. Ron Rivera's trash. Am I correct?
Yes. I'll tell you what pissed me off about Rivera.
Oh, you went for 2 last night finally?
No. Trashing Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah.
Saying, well, the players.
That was in the beginning of the year. You're right.
Right. I mean, that's right off the bat. Now, one thing that we're finding out is maybe it wasn't maybe Bieniemy did do a good job in Kansas City. And it wasn't all Andy Reid.
Look how many points the Bears are scoring. They're scoring a lot of points.
Yeah.
That's offense. Am I correct?
It is.
That's offense.
It absolutely is offense. And at the end of the day, when you see yesterday, the difference between yesterday for Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears versus the previous and then last week's first half included, they were getting him in opportunity spaces that he's had success in. They're getting him out on the run. They're getting him some play action pass. You're running the ball with Herbert a little more. Herbert had 79 yards yesterday. They helped him. Like, that's the job of an offensive coordinator. That's the job of a head coach. When you draft a quarterback that high, a first-round guy, anywhere in that top 15, anywhere in the first round or any quarterback period, your job is to grow them. Your job is to help them and put them in good situations. I think last night they put him in great situations.
And he showed what he can do. He's got a strong arm.
He's strong, period. Did you see how he breaks tackles?
Yeah, he'll bowl you over. And, I mean, he's got a lot of talent. But even if you have talent, you need someone to harness it. You need someone to put it in the best position to win. Coach's job is to put you in the best position to succeed. And they put him in the worst position.
Let me ask you a question, man. I'm going to direct this one at you. Based on what you saw yesterday, Justin Fields, Chicago Bears, Matt Eberflus, the first half of the last week's game, does it now make you, okay, this is a team to kind of pay attention to and worry about for the Detroit Lions, or you're like, it's who they played, I'm not worried?
No, I'm not worried at all. Will they win a few games now? Yes, they broke a 14-game losing streak. I mean, I think it was 375 days the last time they won a game. and Justin Fields throws for 4 touchdowns, 3 of them to DJ Moore, who went over 230 yards and catches. He caught 8 balls, 230-plus yards, and 3 touchdowns. So it was a coming-out party for those 2 guys. Can they do it again? We'll see. Are they better than we thought they were? Maybe a little bit. They're not going to contend with the Lions. The Lions are the kings of that jungle this time.
Well, Chicago is better than we thought they were, but they're not as good as people thought they were going to be before the season.
Remember, I think they
That's
were.
fair.
I think it was wasn't it 7 or 7.5 wins was the over/under for them?
Yes,
They're going to be under still. They're going to be under.
Yeah, well, they absolutely have a chance to be under that. I mean, it was just I think last year you saw the Chicago Bears hang with the Detroit Lions. You're like, well, if they kind of get it together, maybe if they give Justin Fields some weapons, maybe if they figure it out on defense, and you thought in the offseason they did that. Because I was the guy. Look, you saw what my record was, man. I had the Lions going 13-4.
Yeah.
But one of the losses I had them was against Chicago Bears. At Chicago. I figured they lose one of those, but I'm like.
That could still happen. You don't know. It's just whoever going to win that week. This week against the Panthers, as much as we all think they're going to kill the Panthers, you don't really know. And we'll hear from Dan Campbell. They're not going to take Carolina lightly. They better not.
No, you're absolutely right. And T, let me ask you this question right now. We talk about this. My new thing is inferior teams. When I was at Michigan, Lloyd Carr used to talk about this. You beat the inferior teams. And I understand college is different than the NFL, but the Panthers are an inferior team to what we've seen out of the Detroit Lions so far. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely correct. The dangerous thing about the NFL is even on a bad team, every player on that team played at a high level in college. They came in as their best players. Then you go to the NFL and you're not as good. That's why – we always hear on any given Sunday things can happen.
Great
and
move,
I think the thing that Dan Campbell is going to pound into his players is take this team seriously. Yeah. Because didn't we see Dallas lose to Arizona a couple weeks ago? I thought I saw that.
No. We didn't see them get lose. We saw them get manhandled.
Yeah.
Right.
They physically got manhandled.
They took them lightly. They did. They took them lightly.
They did. And you know what the Arizona Cardinals did? The only time I saw Dallas really have problems with their defense last year, Philly did it to them one time, I want to say. San Francisco, I want to say. They ran at them. You can't try to out-scheme and be cute because they have athletes. Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. They got guys that can play in space. When you run at them, it's just like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. We'll take a quick break. We'll hear from Mark White. We'll come back, and we'll hear from D.C. on the Carolina Panthers. But first, a message from Mark White.
You got it, guys. When buying and selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. That's why sellers, you want the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for no reason, no penalty. Well, Mark White is your guy. That's exactly what Mark White and Associates offer. It's called the minute-by-minute listing agreement by Mark White and Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-by-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
And when you buy a house, you want to put a nice car in that driveway. And you look no further than Feldman Automotive. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer with 18 locations. There's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the local dealer nearest you.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Experience Preem Cannabis at Dispo. You know what time it is. Your local plug, Dispo. Right here in Hazel Park, they do it best. They got the best service, the best brands. They got the best people working for you. It's the best way to consume your cannabis. But please remember, you got to be 21 and up. And also, it's only recreational, but it's the best form of recreation, so it is the deal. Come to Dispo. Look, everybody here is cool. We're partying. We're vibing. Thank you. Water on the side. Dispo, your local plug. All right, we're back. Ermanni and Edwards with Mavs today. T. Foster sitting in the seat of Ryan Ermanni. Dan Campbell talking about the Carolina Panthers. T. Foster, you talked about it. You know, it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, you don't want to take a team lightly. Last year, the Detroit Lions took the Carolina Panthers lightly. They were looking at the playoffs, looking ahead of them, and they dominated the run game, and they dominated them in offense. So Dan Campbell is not looking ahead. Dan Campbell on the Carolina Panthers.
Let me say this: it's going to be a dogfight. I mean, this team's not, you know, and I say that every week. I mean, they're not going to just come in here and give a win away. You know, they're coming in here to fight. I mean, and that's why I bring up the point. We know exactly what this is. We've been there, done that, man. When you're scratching, clawing for everything you can possibly get, you lost 4 in a row. I mean, I know exactly what they're thinking. You know, so we'll be ready.
And Dan Campbell definitely knows exactly what they're thinking because he's lost 3 in a row more than twice in his 10 years at Detroit Lions. But enough of that. About the Carolina Panthers, Maz, Dan Campbell hit the nail on the head. Look, you want to take them serious. You don't want to take them lightly because the Detroit Lions still have a lot to prove. Am I not wrong?
Yeah, look at last year when they were on that roll. What did they do? They went into Carolina on Christmas Eve, and they got coal in their stockings. We all did. I mean, I had a lousy Christmas Eve thanks to the Lions. I had some steak afterwards. It felt better afterwards. And Santa came, and that made me a little more happy. But they cannot let this team do what they did again. And look, they let Seattle come in and beat their ass. Really?
Yeah, but you know, Seattle might be good.
I know they are.
I think they're good.
I know they are. But I'm just talking about revenge games that you lost last year and you want another crack at a team. So they get another crack at Carolina. You're not going to let them run for 300 yards. Last week they ran for 60 yards. Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders. You can't let those 2 guys dominate you. That defensive line is going to be playing, and I expect big things out of Aiden Hutchinson again.
Here's the dangerous thing. You know, players from Carolina are talking. We hear all this Lions hype. This is the team the NFL wants. They want to unseat the Lions mostly because of that. They want to walk into their arena, win this. So there's a lot of motivation on Carolina's part. But I just don't think they have the horses to do it.
Hey, let me ask you this question. As I'm wearing T-Falls Ray-Bans, which are very, very exclusive. Man, I love these. These feel amazing.
You know what? They were the first.
These are amazing.
I know. Those are the best sunglasses I've ever had. And it was the first sunglasses I saw when I went into the shop. I said to the lady, every time I come to a sunglass place, it takes me like 45 minutes to find one.
Yeah.
It can't be the first pair that I see that I like.
Listen.
Say, yes, it can.
Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. When my stepdad met my mom, you know what he told me? You know when you know.
There you go.
Doesn't matter how long it takes you know when you know. Speaking of knowing when you know, and Maz, last night, you talk about a team in the Chicago Bears that were 0-4. They're playing against another team that's struggling as well, Washington Commanders, backs against the wall, playing for survival. They were able to find a way to get it done. The only reason I ask that, is there any way that the Carolina Panthers, with Bryce Young, with what they have in the backfield and their defense, is there any way that you feel like they can hit a move like last night with a survival type of win?
I don't think so. The Lions are home. I go back to the Cowboys. Cowboys were on the road at Arizona. So they kind of fell asleep on this one. Lions sleep in their own bed. They wake up. They should really just hit Carolina in the mouth early, keep them down, keep Bryce Young down. You don't want that kid to get on a roll like Justin Fields did the last couple of weeks. You got to keep him as he is. Chase him around, keep that running game to nothing. And what wide receivers on that team is going to beat you?
Yeah.
Not many.
Yeah, I think the only way the Lions could lose would be because of Jared Goff. Now, he is on the 3-game roll of having an interception in each of the last 3 games. Now, if that morphs into 2 or 3, then that's how they could lose. If he sticks to 1, I think they'll be good.
And you talked about the running game, and you're talking about the running game of the Carolina Panthers, but I want to talk about the running game of the Detroit Lions. David Montgomery, David Montgomery comes back last week against the Green Bay Packers.
He looked great.
And he looked phenomenal. You get Taylor Decker back at your left tackle. You're able to put Panay back at the right. And David Montgomery ran hard. He ran with purpose. What does it mean for you, T. Foss? And then we'll get you in on that, Maz. When you get a guy like David Montgomery that's running like that, and now it gives you time to figure out how you get Jahmyr Gibbs going. Talk about David Montgomery in that process.
Yeah, first of all, David Montgomery is a son of a bitch.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he moves the pile.
Yep.
He goes north and south. The thing that is almost as important as rushing is the fact that the Lions can get the ball with 5 minutes left, be up by 5 points, and they know they're going to run off some clock. They may not score, but they'll let the other team have the ball with like 10 seconds left and 90 yards to go.
Yeah, you know our own Dan Miller, Fox 2, we love Dan Miller here. He sat down with David Montgomery, and we have the video. First, want to talk a little bit about the Woodward Sports Night Show, and then we'll get into that video. Matt, tell us a little bit about the Woodward Sports Nights.
You know our guys, Booner and Broder, come at you Monday through Friday from 8 to 10, and they've got it going. I've watched their show. A lot of great interaction from the chat. They take calls. They do a great job. And last night they were breaking down the Lions. You know, Broder is our guy down at the Lions. He's our beat reporter. So he is in on everything down there. You got to follow him, by the way, on X, or formerly of Twitter. Yeah, make sure you follow Broder and the guys. Booner and Broder weeknights, 8 to 10, right here on Woodward Sports, and, of course, our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. That's our guys.
Every time I hear X now, you know it's no longer Twitter. It's X. Every time I hear X, it's X going to give it to you. Going to give it to you, or something that has to do with that.
There's too many X's in the world.
Exactly. It's like X. Like, are you on X? Like,
you have
get
X,
away from
you have Xfinity.
Okay.
And now you have X.
That's only 2, though.
I know, but that's
still
confusing.
Too many. You said it's too many in the world. You named 2.
Well, those are 2 very important ones.
All right, T-Foss, we're gonna let you rock with that. We talked about David Montgomery last week. 3 touchdowns against the Green Bay Packers, 122 yards. He ran with 28 yards. Ran with purpose. He ran with purpose. 5.7.
He imposed his will.
Hey, you know what, Maz? It's a great way to put it. Dan Miller sat down with David Montgomery.
Here, like with a city who's even hungrier, you know. So I'm excited to be here. I'm blessed, and trying to keep this thing going, really.
Did you have a feel for what Detroit was like, just coming here as a visitor, or do you have to kind of be here and live it to understand what these fans are like?
Yeah, so I'm from Cincinnati, right up the street, really. So a lot of similarities as far as from the background, you know, the blue-collar, gritty kind of area. When I got here, I fit right in. You know, the people here are so authentic, genuine, and, you know, you could tell that they work hard at everything that they do. So I'm at the perfect place, really.
Well, I know you have talked about your background was not easy to get where you are right now. Dan Campbell always talks about grit. Did you guys vibe right away? Was there just something about you two, the way he looks at football and the way you look at life?
Yeah, of course. You know, he's the epitome of, you know, grit. You know, he's the kind of guy, big chest out. You know, you can tell like he eats dumbbells for breakfast. You know, you see a guy like that, and, you know, being able to have the amount of passion that he has, like, it's only right that I'm able to come to a place where I feel like I showcase the same thing. I got lucky to be in the situation that I'm in.
Well, you didn't go far from Cincinnati to here, and you didn't go far in terms of division when you changed teams. You know this division. Last Thursday night, look, Chicago and Minnesota are off to slow starts. Somebody was going to make a statement between Green Bay and Detroit, like, we're the team to beat right now, and it goes through us. What did it mean that it was you guys that made that statement?
It was a new position for me. I've never been in that position, but ultimately it felt the same. People say like we're being chased. I feel like we're the ones chasing, you know, and I feel like.
Does that keep you hungry?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you don't want to think somebody's coming after you. You always want to go after them?
I've always been the guy to never be good enough. I've always been the guy who's not supposed to be where I'm at. You know, I've always been the guy who, you know, I didn't go first round. You know, I didn't have any of those luxuries. And so for me, the small things that the people who typically get put on a pedestal, they undermine or they don't see as something that should be focused on. I take it with a grain of salt, and I try to look deep into those kind of things and being sure that I capitalize on every opportunity that I have, because I know that, you know, I was never going to want to get that opportunity.
This week, good teams stack good performances after good performances. Is that your mindset? Just forget about what happened before, it's about right now?
Of course, yeah. Like, I try not to, I let whatever time is and whenever time is be exactly what it is, you know. And I'm big on like staying where my feet are. I don't think I played good enough. I didn't think I played to the expectations that I feel like I can play on Thursday, and I know I need to be better, and I will. So I view it as, you know, scratching it off the things that I didn't do well, being sure that I capitalize on and do better.
But I got a feeling, final thing, no matter what you do, it'll never be good enough, will it?
Never. No, because I'm always chasing what I never had the opportunity to have.
And thank you to our partnership with Fox 2 for that video. That was Fox 2. That was Dan Miller talking to Dave Montgomery. T-Foss, I'll come to you before we go to break and want to ask you a question. Doesn't he just seem like a guy that just wants to get it done? He was tired of losing, giving everything he had in Chicago. He's come here. He's given everything that he has so far to the Detroit Lions, and he doesn't care. He seems like if Jahmyr Gibbs becomes the guy or wherever they're going, he just wants to win and put it all on the line.
No, that's true, and that's even in practice. I tell you, when I saw this dude and said he's going to be dangerous for somebody, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, you think he's a pretty sure tackler?
100%.
Okay.
He couldn't tackle Dave Montgomery?
No, Montgomery did like a little sweep play in practice.
36 tall sweep?
I don't know what it's called, but he got him behind. Montgomery said, bitch, get out of here. Slammed him to the ground, kept running. Now, to his credit, C.J. got back up and made the tackle like 5 yards down the road, but it was a thing like, man, C.J. is a pretty
he's a short tackler, yeah.
And he told, basically just slammed him to the ground and said, man, get off me.
Yeah,
what you trying to do?
Dave Montgomery, man, he's a guy I watched in Chicago. I mean, when you play, when you start watching Lions, as soon as I started working here 3 years ago or 2 years ago, start watching Lions, you got to watch Chicago, if so facto. Didn't have an offensive line, but he ran hard. He always ran hard. He ran with purpose, and he always got things done. Look, Dan Campbell talked about Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's one of the issues that we're worried about in this game. Is Amon-Ra St. Brown with that abdomen? Is he going to play? He spoke on that, and we'll tell you that when we get back. But first, a message from Planet Fitness. Oh, I got the Planet Fitness today. It's all good. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and I mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work out on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean, and I mean it. Every time we go, it is squeaky clean down to the white shine. Gym, it has tons of equipment, full body workout in just 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. And the best thing about it is our favorite thing about it. It's only $10. It's the best place to go get a great workout, safe workout, clean workout. Hey, $10 a month, Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Hey, gang, when it comes to your pet, don't settle. You want the best for them. It's Premier Pet Supply, hands down, Michigan's best pet store, family-owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, the lowest prices, and curbside home delivery if you need it. If you're like Terry and you don't want to leave your house, you want them to come to you. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best. Check them out at premierpetsupply.com.
Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Ryan Ermanni won't be joining us today, but our man T. Foss, who is a legendary journalists and media personnel, you know that. And I don't blow smoke because it's not needed.
I think Ryan's at the apple orchards with his family today.
But you know what? Ryan deserves that. Ryan has been through a lot. He has a wonderful family, man, and he has been the rock for his family in a lot of situations. None of your business. Keep sending love and prayers. He has been the rock of that family, and he is doing his thing. Enjoy your day off, Ryan. We got you covered.
Absolutely.
We got JB and Park over here who have been the pillars so far this football season in terms of everything that they had to do. They have done a lot for us, making it go, making sure the graphics are tight, making sure the audio, the sound, making sure when callers call, they work. The V-mixes are hot. JB and Parker, we appreciate you guys. Injuries. Injuries are a thing you always talk about, Maz. When you start to get a good team, a team that can go the distance, or a team you believe can be there when it's all said and done, it starts to come down to, can we be healthy? Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Branch, a couple other guys beat up. Dan Campbell talked a little bit about those injuries. Are Amon-Ra St. Brown and Brian Branch going to be available or not available? Check it out.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to practice them today either. We're going to continue to work with them on the side, and I think tomorrow's going to tell us a lot. I don't want to push it today. So I think we'll know a lot more after tomorrow morning.
This is something that happened during the game, and he was able to finish that game with?
Happened during the game, was able to finish it, and then like a lot of these injuries, man, you can get through, and then, then the irritation begins. No different than kind of what had happened to Decker. He was able to get through that Kansas City game, but then it's, the residual effect. So that's what happens with a lot of these guys. Yeah, there's a little bit. Don't feel as good about him this weekend, but there again, I don't think it's this long-term, that's why we didn't put him on IR. So, we're hopeful for Tampa, but we'll just have to play it by ear.
And thank you again for DetroitLions.com. We appreciate that footage. And that footage is crystal clear. Like you and Ryan have talked about it. The footage is very crystal clear. You can see and hear everything. We appreciate that. T. Foss, the Detroit Lions haven't been in this place in a very long time, and not very many times, where you have so much depth and you have a team that is really good to where when you got some of your star players, whether it's Brian Branch, whether it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, whether it's Taylor Decker, you actually can kind of let these guys rest and trust the guys behind them. Would you be in favor of, let Amon-Ra St. Brown sit out because you got Khalif Raymond and the other wide receivers that can pick up a slack, let Brian Branch sit out,
J-Mo's
especially if he needs to. And we know J-Mo's back. T. Foss, are you in favor of it's the Carolina Panthers, rest the players that you don't need to play?
I am in favor of people being healthy and rested in the National Football League. I don't think they need St. Brown to beat this team. So I would hold him out. And I think Dan Campbell is a guy that, for the most part, errs on, he wants to be cautious with his players. He didn't play these guys during the preseason. You notice on Wednesdays when they play a Sunday game, like everybody's out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody's not injured. Dan Campbell is just saying, look, let's get our guys healthy. That's the number one priority. We'll take it as it goes. And the other thing, here's the thing that we don't talk about here in Detroit as much as we used to.
Talk about it.
We don't talk about injuries as much. Ooh. Yeah, this dude is injured, but still going to win. Used to be, oh, God, the Lions' second string long snappers out. How are we going to beat Green Bay? Yeah. That's over with.
It's 100% over with. And Tom,
depth.
And Tom, that's why I was coming to you on. It's over because of depth. One thing that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell seem to understand is the best way for a team to win is to be good in December. Talk about the depth of the Lions, man.
Well, hell, man, we've been talking about it since the get-go.
Yeah, let's keep talking about it. Shit,
let's
we're winning.
do it. That's how it's done. But you know what? Another guy that's injured is Josh Reynolds. He's going to play, but he is hurt too. There's a lot of guys that are hurting right now. Now, St. Brown missed his third straight practice today. It's an abdominal injury. I asked you yesterday, what is that, just like a hitch in the ribs or something like that?
So abdominals is the muscles under the ribs.
Yeah, I think he's good. I believe he'll play. Will he be the same guy? Probably not. Will he play through the pain? Of course he's going to do that. As far as Brian Branch goes, he's not playing. When you hear Dan Campbell say, look, I don't really believe he's going to play, he's telling you the truth. That kid's not going to play, and he don't need to play. He'll have a full 10 and now 16 days off to heal that ankle, which he needs. I don't want that kid hurt. That's twice he's been down now. He went down in the Kansas City game, went down last week against the Packers. I want to see that kid 100% healthy. I don't want that ankle injury to become anything worse than it is. As far as St. Brown plays, let him play a little bit, see how the game goes. If you get a lead, you take them out.
And
Think
so-
about
and-
this,
and so-
fellas. When the Lions bring in, quote unquote,
You're going to take my spot.
yeah, I'm taking your
gonna
spot.
take my- okay,
I'm
my
taking your
bad
spot.
player. My bad
no,
player.
No, when the Lions bring in somebody to replace somebody, they're bringing in starters. Iffy was a starter. Tracy Walker was a starter.
Yeah.
So they're bringing
Pro
in,
Bowler.
right? Pro Bowl, and then back in the day, they'd bring me in the backup.
Yep.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I remember when Mark Carey got hurt, it was like, who's replacing Mark Carey? Schultz? But this is the thing, and you talk about you basically stole my thunder, and that's why I don't want you to talk, because I see you're a legend. I knew you were going to say exactly what I was going to say. I knew you were going to say it. But this is 100% correct. When guys get injured, and this is why for Brian Branch sit him down. And you know why another reason you sit Brian Branch down, to me, T-Foss, is Brian Branch is the type of guy, he's not just a great player, or let me say good, on his way. He's not a player that's good on his way. He's also a leader. He's a natural leader. His energy is infectious. You need that later on in the season. How hard is it to win in November, T?
That's
How
when
hard
the
is it to
real
win in
te-
December?
That's when the real teams win, November, December.
And that's where you want guys like him, guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's where you need those guys at the end of the year. You need them in November. You need them at the Thanksgiving game against Minnesota or Green Bay. Is Green Bay or Minnesota?
Green Bay, Minnesota's at the end of the year.
Green Bay, that's right.
Yep.
You need him against Green Bay on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
You need him against the Denver Broncos, who will be a much better team when they
will.
play them in December. Minnesota will be decent enough on offense. You need those guys. We do so many great shows on Woodward, man. I'm loving all the extra shows that we have going on. Another new show that we have is Woodward in Maine. Tom, tell us about it.
Oh, it's the Lions Insider Show with Gabby, of course, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster. Terry, you tell us. You tell me about your show, please.
It is just three people, and we're quote unquote inside, and we're just having fun. They just let me
Twice a week, Tuesdays and Sundays.
Well, mostly Tuesdays and Sundays because the Lions don't play on every Sunday.
Yeah, so like Albert and Costello, right?
But more than likely, it's a Sunday.
It's more than likely than the Sunday, and they let me clown them.
Yes,
which I'm okay with. Make
I
fun
see
of
you
them.
sat in the Maz chair as well.
Yes, I do sit in there with your 5 pillows. So I
do
enjoy that.
you like the pillows? Do you like to be lifted up, or
I do.
Not really?
I do. And you know what? I'm so respectful of you that I don't fart when those pillows are there.
Oh, thank you. You know what? All
Thank
right.
you. Hey, we had Jennifer Hammond in the other day. You know what the chat was writing? Maz, tell us you at least fluffed those pillows up for her. Of course, I didn't. Jen sat, and she was great, by the way.
I'm going to tell you like this. Like Jen Ham, and we all know Jen Ham. You guys know her longer than I have, but I've known her since I was 18. Jen Ham is going to do what Jim Ham wants to do.
Yep.
Like Jen Ham is going to do what the Hammer wants to do. T-Foss, let's transition to rankings right now. Let's ask you a question about where the Lions are ranked currently. Lions in the PFT power rankings right now have climbed to 8, and I believe they were 9 last week.
Yep.
So I think they jumped up 1. In front of them are the Seahawks, the Dolphins, the Bills, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the 49ers. Before I ask you if that list makes sense as it's constructed, because I agree with my man Parker over there that it doesn't, talk about where the Lions are at 8. Do you agree with that spot? And if you don't, tell me where they should be.
I absolutely agree with that spot. I mean, everybody in Detroit would say, well, the Lions are better than Seattle. Well, hell, they lost to Seattle at home.
This is true.
Yeah. So you can't put them in front of them.
2 years in a row.
Right.
They're right in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. And I'm sure some people who are, bleed Honolulu blue and silver would say, well, they should be top 5. No, they're 8th. That's where they should be.
Oh, they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. In Kansas City.
Yeah.
In Kansas City.
Beat the Chiefs. There's some argument there that they could be up a little higher, Terry.
So this will be my thing. This is how I look at the list. And you tell me if you agree or disagree. If I look at the list and I look where the Lions are, I'm fine at where they are for right now. Like I'm fine where they are. But if I wanted to get to the schematics of it, and if we were playing, the list is fluid, and we were playing week by week, and we're 4 week and a half sample size, the Lions aren't 8 for me. If it's week by week, and we're not worrying about the end of the year and the last year, Detroit Lions are in the top 5 or they're 6. They're odd man out.
I'm with you.
They're odd man out.
Yeah.
Because Eagles, I wouldn't put them ahead of because they were in the Super Bowl and they're 4-0 now. Can't put them ahead of them.
No.
49ers, number 1 team. Kansas City Chiefs, that's where it gets interesting. I remove them behind the Detroit Lions because I haven't liked the offense, and the Lions beat them. I don't care who didn't play. Cowboys, it's the Dak effect. I don't trust Dak. They finally played an opponent and they lost. So
they'll get a crack at him at the end of the year. New Year's Eve.
I could see them ahead of the Cowboys because, the Cowboys,
I agree,
like the University of Michigan, is always overrated. Ooh, always overrated.
Not this year, though.
What is your gripe?
Not this year.
No, this year they're not. But here's how you knew when Michigan was going to be good.
How you bring you a hater?
No, I'm not.
Don't be a hater all your life.
I tell it like it is. Here's the years Michigan is going to be good. If they start off the season ranked 16th or 14th or something like that,
they're going to be bad.
They're going to have a big year. When they start the season ranked number 1 and number 2, some funny stuff.
When the hell does Michigan start the season ranked number 1 and number 2? Besides the last
this year.
Well, you've been seeing what they've been doing the last couple of years. It's for a reason.
How about 4 or 5?
Back in the day, that was trouble.
Right.
I'm honest. Back in the day, that was trouble.
That's when you're going to run into trouble.
I think we started off, 4 my freshman year.
And you know what? Next year, it's actually going to be worth going to a University of Michigan game next year.
Good. We got that. We got that.
You know what? You just switched gears. You gave us something to switch to.
All right, we'll switch gears.
We got 2 minutes. You want to switch? Let's get into that.
We can come back and talk Michigan schedule and all of that, and we'll talk about this weekend.
We can go.
We got plenty of time for the NFL.
You know what, Maz? I will say this though. No, you know what? We'll save that for the TNF about the Bears. Do this. Hamlin Pub. Somebody give me the info on that.
I got that. Hamlin Pub. You know it. Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? Like the old, hey, Norm, how you doing? We have a place just for you. Head to Hamlin Pub, one of 7 locations. Experience where everyone's a regular. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games. Hamlin Pub is the place. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Hamlin Pub is definitely the location to be, but on location right now at Dispo. They are the best. We love being here. Dispo, Hazel Park. It doesn't matter if it's Romeo, Whitmore Lake, Hazel Park. We are here. Dispo, your local plug. Let's take a commercial. And when we come back, let's talk some more about the Lions. Let's give somebody from the University of Michigan, speaking of Michigan, let's get somebody from the University of Michigan that plays for the Detroit Lions some love. But first, let me get a message from Glorious. Oh, no, actually, we already did it. Go ahead to the commercial.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Hey, gang, how would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Who wouldn't, right? Take your friends and family and live it up in a city that doesn't sleep. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas. Buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron. Cintron, that's right. drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
Braylon Edwards here with Tom Mazaway, Terry Foster, Parker, and JB having a good time at Dispo in Hazel Park. We appreciate you guys. They are your local plug, and more and more and more people are. You know they passed that law, T. Foster. They passed a law that you no longer get drug tested before you take a job.
Oh, that's great.
You know why they did that? Because everybody is smoking a little gas.
I know. And people, when they walk in here, man, they're so happy.
Yeah.
You think they're walking into heaven.
Because they are. Like, they're walking in the place to get their mind right.
I still don't know what a plug is, though.
All right, the plug.
I mean, you got your barista, you got
Maz.
your chef, you got your cashier.
Maz.
Yeah.
The plug is a person that sells the thing you need.
I know, but who came up with the word plug?
The plug.
Terry, did you know what a plug was?
I did not.
Okay. See?
What?
I
Revoke your black card. It's revoked.
What, you saying brothers smoke weed? Is that what you're saying?
No, the plug. The plug is.
No, I'm supposed to know. You saying our brothers are weed
No,
heads?
no, brothers know who the plug is. The plug is who sells the weed.
I don't mess with this
Terry,
stuff.
do you know what a barista is?
You don't have to mess with it. Know what it is.
I drink bourbon. I don't.
Terry,
you know the
I
barista
know what a
don't.
bartender is?
Yes.
Fire.
You know what a bartender, right?
Right.
Okay,
And
you
in
know what
fact, I know how to barista.
Okay, even a I just don't,
I am
don't
ashamed.
get it.
I am ashamed.
Why? Because I'm black and I'm an old guy.
I like the
I
happy.
am too.
Well,
I know,
on all the dispo stuff, all the
Right.
posters and everything, you got the plug guy. He's like a happy guy.
Exactly, because they want you to believe it's happy. It takes you to happy places.
I got you.
It is. It takes
So
you to
is
happy
JB
places.
a plug?
JB is not the plug.
He's not a plug.
No, JB's not the plug.
Okay.
JB's a connect, though.
I got you.
JB's a connector. Man, you guys got me out here giving all my narcos information up. Hey, check this out. A guy that went to the University of Michigan, since we were talking about Big Blue, is Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson last year, he finished the year strong. 3 interceptions, 9.5 sacks, runner-up to Defensive Player of the Year to Detroit's own Sauce Gardner. No, he shouldn't have.
Yes, he should.
Sauce Gardner did something no one's ever done. When you've done something that no one has ever done and you make All-Pro, I don't want to hear anything else. Like, All-Pro and something no one else has done, including Dion, including Woodson, including Bailey, including Revis, and the list goes on.
Cornerback in a league that doesn't allow people to be cornerbacks anymore, but go ahead.
Number 4 defense versus a team that was number what in defense? Exactly.
Don't matter. You the
one that put the stat up.
It's more important to attack the quarterback than try to shut some receiver down.
Tell that to the Buffalo Bills who couldn't get a pass off on them and got beat twice.
I tell you what. You have a
tell that
quarterback
to the Dolphins.
that
Tyreek Hill couldn't do anything against Sauce
I tell you
Gardner.
what. Tell that to the Atlanta Falcons, where their quarterback didn't have time. Tell that to Seattle, whose quarterback Geno Smith had time, and he.
But the difference is what they did last year. Jets won almost.
Oh, almost.
But at the end of the day, their defense finished with like Maz. You come in on this matter real quick. We love Aiden Hutchinson. He's local. We understand that. His season was phenomenal. 3 interceptions is the most a defensive end has ever had. Not rookie.
Oh, something that's never happened before, huh?
But was he All-Pro?
Should have been.
Was he? He wasn't even Pro Bowl.
Well, that's a mess up.
Now that's on the league. That is
He's on his way.
He's on the man. You know what? Look, going back to the University of Michigan and Aiden Hutchinson. Let's get back on track. Aiden Hutchinson and the defense have been dominating. Last year they didn't get to the quarterback. First 2 games, Terry, they didn't get to the quarterback, and they took it personal. You saw what they did against the Atlanta Falcons, 6.5 sacks, and you saw what they did last week against Green Bay. Here's Hutchinson on almost. I want to say he's on pace to Strahan's record. Did you know that?
You know who got this thrown to him? It's John Fox that came up to him and said, hey, you can get that record. Here's what it sounded like.
John Fox came up to me in camp and he was telling me when Michael Strahan broke the sack record that like half of his sacks were on the interior. After I heard that, I kind of just committed to it. And I was like, all right, screw it, dude. I'm gonna just listen to the old man and and do it.
Foxy, man. You gotta. The Lions have John Fox. No one even talks about him, and they got a hell of a staff, man.
I'm gonna come to you on this, and Maz, thanks for the layup on that one. Nobody talks about John Fox, who's a consultant with the Detroit Lions, who's a friend of Sean Payton as well. That they knew each other coming into it. Having John Fox as a former assistant coach, as a former head coach, as
former Carolina head coach,
as a former Super Bowl head coach. No one talks about that, but no one remembers talking about the roster, just all the former players. Talk about the Lions head coaching roster as well as, not head coaching, the coaching staff as well as John Fox's consultant.
I think the great thing is these guys are motivators. Obviously, they're great teachers. And we are so blinded by Dan Campbell that we sometimes forget that guys like John Fox.
He's got a lot of help.
He's got a lot of help. These guys are very good position coaches, and they put these guys – they not only put them in position to win, but they motivate them, stimulate them, whatever you want to call it. They get these guys ready. And the Lions, you can tell, most games, they come out there on fire.
Yeah.
They're like, what's happening? We about to hear the show out today.
John Fox told him, look, Michael Strahan getting those sacks on the inside as well. So he's telling him, you don't always have to be on the outside. You could be moving around and get to the quarterback. And Strahan's record, man, that's a tough one to get. But I would not put it past Aiden Hutchinson. And he said he's on it. He's going to get on it, and I trust him.
You know what they're doing? They're looping him around. Yeah. He's going up against guards a lot of time.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Mismatch.
Definitely a lot of mismatches going on for Aiden right now. And you know why? It's because Isaiah Buggs is back last 2 games. T, talk about this. Tell me if I'm wrong. The first 2 games of the season, no sacks for the Detroit Lions. You have the one by Alex Anzalone on the play where Geno Smith ran back, but that wasn't a real true sack, if you want to call it that asterisk sack. Last 2 weeks since Isaiah Buggs has been active and has been in the game, 6.5 sacks, 5 sacks, or 6 sacks again, 12.5 sacks, I think, on total. Talk about the difference it makes when the interior defensive line can play well. Now you can get sacks on the outside.
I talked to Lee McNeil about this, and he feels that they open stuff up for everybody else.
I agree.
That, the first game, not the first game, the first loss against Seattle, Aiden Hutchinson played his ass off. And he was on Geno Smith, but Geno would do a little boogie.
I disagree. I think he played his ass off against the Chiefs. I think against Seattle, they're backups.
I disagree.
And he got hurt.
But
it was a backup left tackle, backup center, and a backup right
tackle. But
tackle.
still, he was in his face. And then when Geno Smith would pivot, there was nobody else there.
Okay.
So, but then, and this is the great mystery. We got to have an investigative report. We got to have the FOIA of the Lions. Why did Isaiah Buggs not play those first 2 games?
Mass, what is, and obviously this is all speculation because they are keeping it tighter than
I don't think we need to know.
That's a good point.
Why not?
He's playing now.
That's a good point.
I know, but maybe it was a case that, you know what, we screwed up, but we don't want to admit it.
Well, you know what? I trust this coaching staff. This ain't the old coaching staff anymore, Terry. They make a decision. I'm backing them 100%. That's as a Lions fan.
Yeah,
I'm backing him 100%. If there was a reason he didn't play, I'm fine with it. And look at him playing now.
T. Foster, and this is why I'm saying I agree, Maz, 100%. This is why though. Look, he didn't play the first 2 weeks. We know the Lions messed up. We know they did, but it's how Isaiah Buggs handled it is the reason why I don't even want to know, and I think they're good. He came on and said, "Hey, look, all situations change," and then lo and behold, once he got in there, the situation has changed. But I want to talk about, speaking of situations changing, there's somebody, T. Foster, who's going to play for the first time this season against the Carolina Panthers. And that's our man, Free J-Mo, 12th pick overall last year in the 2022 draft. He's going to play this week. Don't know how much he's going to be implemented into the system. But Amon-Ra has a good feeling that he's going to do well this week.
And a warning for the defensive backs.
Here's Amon-Ra talking about, may want to watch that speed.
He looks good. He looks fast, explosive. His speed is something that stands out right away. You got to respect it, especially, corner safeties. They got to, if you can't run 4.2, you better start backing up because he can run 4.2. So I think just that in itself opens up a lot of stuff for us, maybe underneath even more, because you got to respect the speed at the end of the day. You can run, you can do all type of things with him. So just having him on our team back, it feels great. We're excited. I know the coaches are too, so it's gonna be a fun year going forward with him.
Can't teach speed, and Amon-Ra St. Brown absolutely is letting you know you cannot teach that type of speed. Maz, what do you make of Amon-Ra? It does. What do you make of Amon-Ra St. Brown excitement about J-Mo and that speed?
He's gonna catch a lot more. Amon-Ra St. Brown is gonna be single covered most times now. Once this kid gets his wheels, get the training wheels off, gets acclimated to this offense. I think it's sky's the limit for Amon-Ra St. Brown, Terry. I think he'll even be better than he's been the first few years.
All right, let me throw a little caution or a little blanket on this. We heard Aiden Hutchinson and Amon-Ra St. Brown talking the same mess in training camp. So what does J-Mo do? He drops passes. He loses the confidence of fans.
But he got the jug machine, and that he was on the whole time he was suspended. He talked about that. 100 passes a day. Does that make you feel a little bit better, or are you still you got to see it?
No, you got to see it.
Yeah.
Because, even Dan Campbell is saying stuff like, we just want to make sure he's in position, in the right spot. So there's something that's missing with him right now. And I don't think we're going to see this big breakout this weekend with him. First of all, look at the Lions coaching staff and the front office. Cautious. They don't want to expose him. They don't want to give him too many plays. They don't want him to be in a position where he fails. They're cautious.
Expose him how, though?
They don't want to put him out too much.
Yeah, they're going to put him out
I
too
think
much.
they're going to break him in
Yeah,
little at a time. But if they can get ahead in this game, he can get more action, at least get more acclimated to the offense. Don't you think about that, Terry? If they can get ahead in this game, hey, I want to see Teddy Bridgewater in this game in the fourth quarter. I'm not jumping to conclusions, but that's what I want.
Yeah, but you know what?
Listen.
The main job for the Lions is to win this game.
Yes.
If they get away ahead, you know what we're going to see? We're going to see David Montgomery moving that pile, knocking that clock down.
See, this is where, as a mentor to me and, young unk or big bro, however you want to call it, this is why I will push back. His job isn't to just come out there and get acclimated. And their job isn't just to win. This is the Carolina Panthers, who are 0-4. This is the Detroit Lions. Let me finish, T. This is the Detroit Lions that are 3-1. The same Lions that beat up on the Green Bay Packers, the same Lions that beat up on the Kansas City Chiefs at home. At least on defense they did. They beat them up. This is the same team that we see going places, and now they got more pieces. David Montgomery was at it last week. Here's another player on offense in Emmanuel Mosley. Here's another player on offense in Jamison Williams. Their job ain't just to win to a team that's 0-4.
Here, let me educate you for a second.
No,
this is not college football.
Let me educate
this
you
is
for a
where
second.
y'all had to beat people 50-0 to move up in the polls.
Let me educate you. I played in both levels. I played in college and the NFL.
Ooh,
and when you play against an inferior team, like the Lions did against Green Bay, what did they do? They destroyed them.
Good night, folks.
Whether you won 30-27 or 35-7, did that help you in the standings any?
It's not about it's not about the standings, T. It's also about the momentum. It's about the confidence and the flow. If you believe you're this good team, I'm just talking. If you believe that you're this good team, Maz, tell me I'm wrong. If you believe you're a good team, you see yourself going in a good direction, and you're punishing teams, and now you play a team that isn't that good, and you barely beat them. That's a mental F. That's a mental F.
You would know it more than us.
It's a mental F. It's like, damn, we let that BS team hang with us. You'll take the win, and you'll think like it's nothing, but it's never nothing. You got to destroy the teams that deserve to be destroyed.
You're talking about the NFL where half the games are one-score games. I don't think anybody cares how much they beat somebody.
I think it's more than that, Terry.
But I never said
it's even more than that.
Well, this year it's more than that, but for the most part, it's about half.
But I never said 50. I never said 40. I never said 30. I said destroy. Destroy can still be a 24-7 game in which you just knew that team was never in it, but it was a 17-point win.
What they did to Atlanta.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That was a mollywop, but not a mollywop on the scoreboard.
Correct.
Okay. And plus the thing, I think the Lions are thinking, why risk Jared Goff underthrowing J-Mo and getting the pick off and then giving them some confidence?
Well, you don't think he could reach him? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying.
Listen.
He can reach him.
I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it here.
Might have to wait a second.
I'm going to leave it here, and we're going to talk about a particular brand that I do enjoy. Last thing I do want to say about that in terms of the Lions and this. This is the perfect game to get them implemented, and next week is too, because guess what? Then you play the Ravens. And I don't want to walk into the game with J-Mo and the Ravens where I'm still trying to let him figure it out. And then after that, it's the Chargers on Monday night. I don't want to walk in those situations. I want to use the Panthers,
the Raiders,
and the Bucks.
Raiders are Monday night.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's
Chargers
right.
are after the break.
Raiders, Raiders, break, Chargers.
You got it.
Anyway, speaking of break,
before we leave today, I have to talk to you about why you punked me last week.
We'll start with that. Then we'll do Michigan.
But first,
you did me wrong.
But first, let's get a message from Glorious. Oh, that's right. We're not in the studio, so that's what's up, fellas. How y'all doing?
The least you can do is hum it, JB.
No, that's all good. You know, one thing I do love about Dispo, shout out to Glorious Cannabis, where they do have the Honolulu Blue. Look, smoking some of that. It's beautiful. It's flour. It's wrapped in bubblegum hash. It is smooth. It's tasty. It's the stuff you really want to get into. Get it anywhere. Where at Dispo, you can get it here, or you can get it at Glorious Cannabis, CANNA.com. Glorious.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then, she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Hey, guys, make sure you join us this Sunday for the Lions. And, of course, you know who they're playing. They're playing the Carolina Panthers. We got you covered with the pregame with Jeff Iafrate. Then we got our watch party. Of course, we're going to be there. I'm going to be there with you as well. Make sure you join us on the chat. And then after that, it's Stick and me. And we got Luke, God willing, he feels a little bit better, and Kool-Aid. Who knows who else is going to be dropping by. Shout out to Luke, by the way. Get well, our friend. We love you, man. It's the post-game show with Stick and me after every single Lions game and, of course, after our watch parties, only on Woodward Sports and our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
That's really cute. But you know what I want to talk about? Outdoor Equipment Company.
You're cute.
It's the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan-grown, family-owned, bad boy mowers, tractors, handhelds, and even weed whippers. I thought they were weed whackers, though, but that's all right. Liberty trailers, generic generators, snow X-plows, and salters, all kinds of stuff. Outdoor Equipment Company has it all. Buy it, rent it, 0% financing, delivered right to your doorstep. Go to outdoorequipmentco.com.
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards, where that was the longest read that I've ever heard. T-Foss. Weed whippers is definitely an interesting word. I laughed at.
I thought it was a whacker.
He just called you out, T-Foss.
I did.
On your first ever read on Woodward Sports.
And side note, I'm calling both of y'all out. Stop calling each other cute, man. You got to say pause if you're going to say that.
All right, Terry, you can go after him then.
All right.
Go ahead.
You can
go right ahead.
Hold on, T.
All right. So you don't want to go through it.
No. What am I going through right now? What would you like?
I have an issue with you.
You have an issue with me? By all means, the floor is yours.
All right, before you were even born, I used to have talks with your dad, Stan. We were good friends. Okay. I love Stan. I think Stan liked me.
I love Stan.
And I always said, you know what? He said, the Edwards family is always going to do right by you, T.
Yeah.
Ooh. Then he has a baby, and he does me wrong.
How does he do you wrong?
He led me astray and bamboozled last week on the show.
What did he say?
He got on and says, I'm Braylon Edwards, and you're not. I predict the Lions to start 3-0. They're going to beat Kansas City, and then they're going to lose to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Braylon Edwards, and I'm great. And so I'm thinking, oh, man, this brother's got it together. He even pulls out graphics.
Sounds good to me.
I got it right here on the billboard, so you can't question it.
Sounds like receipts.
So you know what I said?
What did you say?
Let me shut up. Man knows what he's talking about. He played in the NFL. He's a big Michigan guy, and he's a wide receiver. He's a bad man. So there's nothing I could say.
Well, then stop talking.
So then I go home, and all on my Twitter feed and all kinds of stuff. Why did you let Braylon get away with that?
What happened?
I said, get away with what? Saying the Lions are going to be 3-1. They said you panicked and picked the Lions to go 1-3 in their first 4 games, and you got all big and bad like I'm Braylon Edwards. I know everything. I'm going to teach you about football. Yes or no?
When we played that video was from the Wednesday before the Lions' Thursday game against the Kansas City Chiefs. That what I put up there on the board, which we have the video and we can gladly play it for you, that was picked before the season started. So far on that board, I am still perfect. Kansas City wins. Seattle wins. Detroit Lions wins. Lions, Seattle, Lions.
Okay, I'm gonna give you your most favorite word. That's cute.
What do you mean? I show you right. What are you talking about? Yes, like Maz was here.
Did you flip-flop?
I never flip-flop. Maz, what did I say before the season started? I flip-flopped?
You might have.
No, after Seattle game, did you flip-flop and say, they're going to go 1-3, I'm scared?
No, what I said was the Detroit Lions lost to Seattle, which is showing me the same. Maz, I'm not tripping. The black man get excited when they talk.
I know.
Nobody's mad.
You scare me, though.
Why do I scare you?
I don't know.
I'm not even talking to you. Like, how am I scaring you?
I'm fine.
You said Maz, so you were talking to
I might take one of these right now.
Okay. Did you flip-flop, yes or no?
I did not flip-flop. What I said before the season was what I picked is what you saw. After they lost to Seattle, what did I say? I picked against them the following week. I did not say 1-3. I picked against them in the next pool in our picks because our picks are about who's going to win at the end of the year. What I picked before the season, still undefeated. When they lost to Seattle, I said, you know what? They got to show me. Because the fact that Seattle missed the left tackle, missed the right tackle, center gets hurt, and the Lions don't get to the quarterback, the fact that Jared Goff threw another pick, 6 in the crunch, that sounded like the old Lions to me. So I said, you know what? The Detroit Lions against the Atlanta Falcons, they got to show me that they're for real because that Seattle game, it left me with some question marks. So don't let those people get you misconstrued on what I said.
Because players on here says, Bray, you did pick the Falcons on our pick segment that day.
I picked the Falcons.
I'm just saying what they're saying.
And what I'm saying is before the season started, what did I say?
What's a plug?
I can't change.
What's a plug?
I don't know.
At the end of the day, I was the only one at the end of the day that went big on the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions. No,
Sounds like a politician.
I'm not a politician. I'm being honest because the own Detroit Lions fans, they panicked against Green Bay. They were like, oh, it's going to be close. Ryan, Ermanni, and me were the only ones that said it'd be big. Mavs was like, it's going to be a close game. Everybody, I don't know. They were off their high horse after Seattle. What did I say? I said Green Bay would win 34-18.
I said 23.
I said Detroit will win 34.
Oh, you did flip. Now,
I didn't flip-flop.
I want to warn you. If I go home,
we got the footage. I didn't flip-flop.
If I go home and
I got the footage right here,
and my Twitter feed says, Braylon got you again. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit you with my truck.
I didn't get you again. I said it right here.
I'm gonna hit you with my truck.
I got the video right here. What are you talking about? I said the Lions will win.
Okay, why are these people lying then?
Fuck them. What are you talking about?
They said,
look at this.
You got scared and flip-flop.
I didn't flip-flop. The Lions fans got scared, to be honest. Because after they lost to Seattle, a lot of Lions fans are real quiet. But meanwhile, I stayed the course. Because, at Maz, I did not pick the Lions 35-21 over Green Bay.
No, you did.
And everybody else was like, that's a lot of points. Everybody panicked. Go look at my Twitter for the Green Bay game. Everybody gave me stuff for my pick before the game.
They're just talking about the Atlanta game. That's
because because you lost in the game when Seattle came in here and dominated you. They didn't punt one time last year.
I get it.
And then when Seattle came in here this year, they beat you again. And you started to look like the old Lions. So, yes, I picked the Falcons. And I stand by that pick.
If I go to my Twitter feed tonight and I hear, Braylon got you again, I'm hitting you with my truck.
Well, before you hit me with your truck, let Mash tell you about the pregame show of your Detroit Lions.
You know it, guys. It's before every single Lions game, no matter where they are, home or away. Jeff Iafrate and special guest has got you covered. That's right. It's 9:30 on the morning. If it's a 1 o'clock game, it's always at a couple of hours before the game on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jeff Iafrate and friends for Lions pregame right here on Woodward Sports on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
T-Fall, speaking of the University of Michigan, schedules came out for next year. Obviously, everybody's talking about the Detroit Lions. Michigan. And the horrible schedule and all this. Before we get into their schedule on what they're going to play next year, was anybody complaining about the Detroit Lions schedule when Jim Harbaugh first took the job?
You mean Michigan?
Michigan, yeah.
Yes. Because Michigan.
No, they did. Because they almost lost to Colorado.
I don't know.
They almost lost to Colorado.
Complaining.
But they almost lost to Colorado. They almost lost to, who else? Air Force.
They played Colorado the first year of Harbaugh?
And they almost lost.
I forgot about that.
And they almost lost to Air Force. And they almost lost to a bunch of, secondary teams.
Yeah, he was breaking the team up at that point.
But nobody said anything. And even in 2020, after they got dogged by Ohio State 2-3 years in a row, nobody said anything. But all of a sudden, Michigan has one good year. Now everybody's complaining about their schedule. Is that fair or not?
It's very fair. Because if you are a season ticket holder or fan of Michigan, you want to see at least a little competition.
But if your team is not even getting to a reasonable win-loss margin, like if they're not even getting to a respectable win total, you don't even care who they play at that point. You just want your team to get wins. Am I not correct? Like, this wasn't the Michigan of old back in that time.
All right. I got $125.
Right.
I worked hard for this money.
Right.
I want to see Michigan play. Who's the next? Bowling Green? Okay.
Let me ask you a question. If you got $125, then it's on you to pick the right game.
Or
if you got $125, you're not a season ticket holder.
$125.
Hold on, Terry. Why didn't you come to me? I could have got you that ticket for $20.
Like, you're not a season ticket holder.
You know what? And he's going to get mad, but I don't care.
I don't get mad.
You know, when Harbaugh first took over, you could go to the Meyer and Canton and get free Michigan tickets.
That's right. Wasn't it buy one, get one?
No, they had them out there. So here you go, brother.
So first of all, I'm not getting mad because you're making my point. The fact that they were giving away tickets, the fact that they weren't playing by it, nobody said anything. And then they had one good year in 2011 where they lost to Michigan State and they won the Big Ten title. Then all of a sudden their schedule sucked. Nobody said their schedule sucked in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014.
Baby, they dumbed down the schedule so much.
The Big Ten is not good.
Okay, hold on, fellas.
Big Ten's not good.
At least you're playing Bowling Green.
Big Ten's not good. That's
Bowling Green beat Georgia Tech
I
last
know
week.
that.
Don't disparage Bowling Green. They played hard against Michigan.
Chip's going to win. They're going to win the match.
Oh, here we go. The firewood.
Okay,
Chip. Well, look, we need some insurance.
Yeah.
We need to go to a break. Everybody needs to calm down. So tell us about Swiss, and then when we come back, we'll figure all of this out. But I think I got Swiss, so I'll read it. Did you give it to me?
Did you wish him a happy belated birthday as well?
Oh, happy birthday.
Not my birthday.
Swiss.
Oh, Swiss. Okay.
Yes.
Y'all didn't even give me Swiss.
Happy birthday, Swiss. I probably got it. Nope. I don't think this is very professional, but it's what we're doing.
Here's what we'll do. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll tell you about Swiss.
I will do that.
Okay.
Keep it here, please.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Do you have football on the brain? Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year is going to be awesome. Fall is also the perfect time for you to shop for home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Market Swiss Insurance, and that is swissins.com, or call 248-800-4177. Also, happy belated birthday to Mark at Swiss.
Yes, sir.
And right back, it's 5 Iron Golf. You know it is downtown at the Cambria Hotel. It is the stuff of dreams. It's about to get cold outside. You can't play golf forever. You can't play golf through November and December. You want to come downtown, hang out, practice, party, and play. Also, 13 TrackMan, brand new simulators. You play any course around the country. It's the place. And you can even get lessons. Thursday, we do the Woodward Sports Golf League 5 to 7, and you can let that trickle into Thursday Night Football on Prime. Come on down to 5 Iron Golf, Cambria Hotel. All right, we're back. Second hour. My man Tom Mazaway, Terry Foster, me and him getting into it a little bit. Gotta love it. Like, that's the show. When you get into it, you don't want to always agree. You want to get into it.
Natural, man.
You want to get into it a little bit.
How boring would the world be if we all walked around saying, me too, me too. Yes, I agree.
This is true. This is true. Me too.
We fall asleep.
I agree.
No question.
I agree. Tom Mazaway, you have something on the University of Michigan that you thought was interesting. Please tell us.
Before we get into the 2024, 2025 schedule, which is really very tough.
It's going to be stuff of dreams.
It's going to be unbelievable, the Big Ten going forward. But now they got to row the boat in Minnesota. Night game tomorrow night against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. P.J. Fleck. He's got this little rivalry going with Jim Harbaugh.
There's no rivalry.
Well, they're 18.5, 19.5-point favorites, Michigan is. Here's P.J. Fleck earlier this week talking to the Minnesota press about Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines.
Is this Michigan team the best you've faced at University of Minnesota?
They're really good. I don't know if it's when you go back and what is the best, which isn't the best, and we've played some really good teams since we've been here. I would say this is probably they are one of the best. I think that's a subjective answer based on that, and we're kind of in the middle of the film, so I'm not through it all, but we've watched a lot of it. I think they're one of the deepest, for sure. It doesn't matter who is in that football game. It just seems like they're always fresh because they have so many great players, and they do such a great job of rotating them, and they all make plays. And they are, and Coach Harbaugh does a great job of promoting team, right? The we-fence, right? And I love that. I mean, I love that, what he called the we-fence, but it's true. When you watch,
and he loves the we-fence. Remember when Jim Harbaugh said it's not defense, it's not offense, it's we-fence. And I love P.J. Fleck. I do like him. He's a little oddball. He's got the row to boat. I don't know. He does put himself out there a lot. Terry, P.J. Fleck, Jim Harbaugh, two oddball personalities going at it. Michigan given 19 points.
All right, here's what I've been told my whole life. Michigan and Minnesota is a rival game.
You have?
Yeah, because of the stupid little brown drug.
Oh, the brown jug.
Who gives a damn? Minnesota is not worthy of even talking about Michigan.
I did. But I mean,
were you excited when you got that jug?
I never actually even held the jug.
Did you have or have not?
I just scored touchdowns and won. I didn't hold the jug.
Oh, I was gonna say if you drank from the jug.
Nah, that's.
But
I got a little brown jug at home.
But Minnesota, what are they beating them 5 out of 50 years?
All right, look. So look. I want to ask you this question. Look about P.J. Fleck. P.J. Fleck came out of Western. They were undefeated. Corey Davis, wide receiver. They had all this blah blah blah. He goes to Minnesota. He comes up with ski umai, roll the boat. Well, he didn't come up with ski umai. That's already been there for years upon years. But he hasn't done anything. Like, P.J. Fleck hasn't done anything, and here he is just bigging up Jim Harbaugh. And, I haven't been through the film, blah, blah, blah. Why haven't you been through the film and you're playing the best team in your respective conference?
Because he knows he's going to get his ass kicked.
Why is he still the coach of Minnesota then?
We'll find out what's going to happen at the end of the year. But Minnesota, you can't win at Minnesota. Glenn Mason, when he was the coach, what was his record in November?
I don't know. He used to whip his ass.
2-50?
He's on TV now.
But I like Glenn Mason, but we used to whip his ass. I never lost anything. It was like we only lost to freaking Ohio State when it was in Iowa.
Minnesota does have they're better than they used to be, Terry. They have good a nice stadium. They got the practice facility. Everything is underground. They got it. They're coming up. You don't think Minnesota is coming up?
No, look.
It's better than it was before. But when you go from garbage to trash, is that really? I mean, they're in the stupid West Division.
I know, but the divisions end next year. We're going to talk about the new schedule. Those end next year.
Well, I'm glad you're asking Terry, considering my brother played in Minnesota for 4 years. They're not better than where they were. And Minnesota actually almost won the West 2 years in a row, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Minnesota has been progressively getting worse over the last 3 years.
Baby boy, let me tell you something. If you're going to talk about somebody being good, don't just say, well, they almost did this. They accomplished this. They won a blah, blah, blah.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. He said that Minnesota's better now, and I said he's wrong. I said Minnesota was better 3-4 years ago. Minnesota has been on a steady decline the last 3 years. That's what I said.
All right, you have to understand, me and Maz are old.
Well, so what did I say wrong?
You're a young buck.
But what did I say wrong?
You are a young buck. When we look at better than used to be, we're talking about the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, and stuff like that.
Okay, you guys want to play when I was at University of Michigan, Minnesota was good. Marion Barber, Lawrence Maroney. Those were some tough teams to face.
Tony Maroney.
Exactly.
You know what?
We used to rest. No, I don't. we used to always go to the wire with Minnesota. They were a good ball team.
You know who we should have had on? Your guy, Ron Johnson.
I just love how y'all just cut.
You know what? No. I'm going to support Braylon. I've attacked this man too much.
But you don't have to support me.
The last time I saw Michigan and Minnesota, play in Minnesota live was way back in the day. Anthony Thompson was a running back from Minnesota. He ran a 93-yard touchdown run against Michigan, and Minnesota almost beat Michigan. Almost.
But they
lost.
But you're completely off pace. You said they were better now, and I simply said they were better 4 years ago when they almost won the West, when they finished runner-up in the West 2 years in a row. Now they're at the bottom of the barrel. That's not getting better to me. Where are we at right now? Well, you crack me up. You crack me up.
And you're cute.
We're rolling good, man.
Pause.
We're doing good.
Pause. Hella pause.
We're doing really good.
Hella pause. Man, you guys.
Okay.
How about this? Compromise. Minnesota's the same team today that they were back in the day.
There it is.
There you go. But they do have better facilities, is what I was trying to say.
Okay. That's great.
Right. And they used to play in the Metrodome.
So now he backed out of witness, and now I was right. I'm not going to
No. I reached a compromise. We're both right, and we're both wrong.
I'm not wrong.
All things could be true.
They are better.
Would say.
They were better 3-4 years ago than they are now. Is all I said. Like Minnesota's terrible. You watched the first game of the year against Nebraska? Get the out of here. My geez.
It was a close game though.
And Nebraska's horrible.
And they almost won.
They did almost win.
You know what? Hey, you know what I want to talk about, T-Foss? Seems to be some smoking in Arbor as it relates to Harbaugh and the AD and the system and the team. Is he going to get a new contract because they feel bad, or is he going to turn that contract down because he may potentially be leaving? We'll talk more about that when we get back. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm.
Guardian Alarm.
Yes, that's me.
They protect us. Stay out.
Hey, you almost had it.
I almost did. And I'll almost read this. Hey, at Guardian Alarm, our professional technicians take time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 monitoring. Call us anytime, any day, and know that Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as you need. All you have to do is call 1-800. 1-800.
You stay out.
1-800 stay out. That's the magic.
You stay out of the big house.
I was there.
They should have kicked you out.
I was there two months ago.
They should have kicked you out.
They know. They know better.
They should have kicked you out.
Because I'll trash that university.
Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness.
You know it.
Now through October 13th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. You belong in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 13th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
All right. I don't have that. Oh, no, I don't have bullseye. Somebody else does.
Hey, welcome back to Ermanni Edwards with me, Maz. No Ryan today. Spenny's in the building, just walked in, looking good. T-Foss, you gave Spenny a compliment when he came in.
Did.
What'd you say to Spenny?
I thought Spenny was a fat guy. And then I saw him in the gym. I said, this dude is a little bit buff. Look like he could hurt somebody.
Okay. Is that a compliment?
Yes. If I say somebody can hurt somebody, that's a compliment.
I know, but the way you started it, I didn't think it was much of a compliment.
I thought. I was incorrect.
Okay. I got you. Hey, we were just talking about Michigan, right, and Jim Harbaugh, and Braylon brought up the question. There's words out there that Michigan, the AD, the president, the whole 9 yards, and Jim Harbaugh, there's something in between them right now, and it's mainly between Ward Manuel and Jim Harbaugh. That is still existing. Now, he needs a new contract. The word on the street, matter of fact, the Wolverine put it out, that there's a rumor that he's going to sign a new contract extension. Do you think he will do that, or do you think he's going to just tell Michigan, look, man, it's been real. I can't get along with the AD. I'm out of here.
No, I think he will sign an extension with Michigan, but not before he has some fall paw. The NFL wants me when they don't.
You think he's going to do that again?
He's going to try to play that card.
Again.
They don't want him. He will be back as Michigan coach.
Ray? The rumor from the Wolverine is the contract is out there. Whether he signs it or not, it's going to be up to him. There's still a rift between. We've been talking about it. They don't talk. Ward Manuel and him. That's the word on the street.
First of all, there's an actual party going on, and I went to use the bathroom in the other one over there, and they got the DJ playing. Everybody's coming here. Dispo, pull up on us, man. Dispo, they got it going here. It's a great place, and they got hella deals, especially if it's your first time. Got great deals. Spinny racks. See you in a second. To answer your question as it relates to Jim Harbaugh, it's been messed up for a while. You know, John Bacon, shout out to him, gave us a little insight a while ago with Santa Ono coming into the mix, having to kind of, it almost seem like, speak on behalf of the other side. I think for Jim Harbaugh, prideful individual as he should be, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know if he signs the deal. And the reason why is I understand what he's built. Look, his guy is JJ. JJ's gone after this year.
Do you think he feels neglected, put off?
What it is it's this. The suspension was self-imposed, T.
But I don't think he wanted it.
No, Maz, you're missing what I'm talking about. It wasn't self-imposed by him.
Right.
The institution, i.e., the AD, i.e., Ward Manuel and the Regents, they came together with that plan. And they made him follow that plan. He didn't want to do it. He never would have done it. NCAA couldn't even do anything, and they did it to him. He had to sit out also last year, lowering his pay. Yeah, he went with it at the time, but he didn't want to do that at the time, so they lowered his pay. Then this comes up, and then the stuff with him and the back and forth and the friction. Jim Harbaugh is a guy right now that is probably in the highest demand that he has ever been in his coaching career. He still remembers in 2013 the Harbaugh Bowl. He still remembers getting ushered out the door by Trent Baalke. Like, in my estimation, Michigan is allowing him, they're helping him to get back into the NFL. That's how
You know what, Michigan, they stopped kissing his ass. And they said, produce.
And he did.
Yeah, and he did. But you still remember they put him in an awkward position. They cut his pay, and he had incentives. He had to follow up.
Yeah.
I think Jim Harbaugh was like, okay, I'm going to come here. I'm going to be the man. Nobody's going to mess with me. But they messed with him. They messed with his money. They messed with his seniority. They messed with a lot of stuff. So it's probably in the back of his mind that they don't love me as much as they say they do.
Yeah, and that may be the case. But, look, let's put a pin in that for right now. Stop talking about Jim Harbaugh. They'll figure it out. We'll revisit that in soon. There's definitely something going on there, T-Foss. And we'll just see kind of how it matriculates out. But last thing on it, I don't think he signs it. I think he leaves it up. Maz, I think we're a little bit over for a break. Let's get a little bit about Big Boy. And, Maz, I want to go around the NFL and actually maybe let's do our pick segment.
Yeah, we can do our
picks. I think
picks.
we're close to that. Tell us about Big Boy.
All right, burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Make sure you try the best cheeseburger or the new bacon pretzel cheeseburger. And if chicken's on your mind, the Dolly chicken sandwich and Bob's hot chicken sandwich is scratching you right where you itch. Don't forget those French fries. Upgrade them to the chili cheese fries or the loaded baked potato fries, but save room for dessert. Because if you like Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, you're going to love the Reese's Chocolate Peanut Butter Thunder Cake and the Funnel Cake fries. And I always like to get a nice strawberry shake from Big Boy. Terry wants you to get the banana cream pie while you're there. Get that as well. Just get to Big Boy.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Calling all landscapers, this is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Oh, join Woodward Sports.
Join Woodward Sports for laundry. Live this Sunday for official Lions VIP tailgate party. It's at Eastern Market. Look, it's Shed 5. I went 2 weeks ago. Actually, I went 3 weeks ago. It's amazing. It's dope. It's a good party. It's time. It's a good time. Got Wi-Fi. They have AC. And once you buy that VIP ticket and you come on the inside, man, they have a huge TV for you to see all the games. And also, food is great. The drinks are free. Come on down to Bullseye Event Group and Lions VIP tailgate.
And don't forget that Academy of Warren, guys. Academy of Warren, the new state-of-the-art sports dome. The field house got a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field. Also could be used for 7-on-7 football. K through 8 featuring AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, academic games, K-8 athletics, and a whole lot more. Now accepting new enrollment. Go to academyofwarren.net.
But my man Parker and JB, like Drake said, I ain't new to this. Welcome back, Ermanni and Edwards. It's pick segment time. Last week, let me take you through. Tom Mazaway has taken the lead. 15-13 is what Tom Mazaway is right now. Ryan Ermanni is 13-15. And Braylon Edwards is 12-16. Started off hot, but when you're looking good early, you ain't really.
It's okay. Well, none of us are really kicking butt.
And I use aim for a fact.
But we could start it now, week 5, right?
Tom Mazaway, you have the floor.
Are you going to keep track of everybody?
I'm surprised Braylon is below 500 since he gets to change his picks all the time. I thought Bray would be like 20-6 or something like that.
Contrary to popular belief, I am an honest man.
Okay. Here we go. Week number 5 of the NFL. We start off in London, Sunday morning, 9:30 in the morning. NFL Network. You don't need ESPN Plus for this one. It is the Jags and the Bills. Now, they put the Bills as the home team here. In reality, we know this is the Jags' second home in London. The Bills are a 5.5-point favorite. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm going with the Jags. I'm going to take the Jags. I think the Bills are riding high. Three games in a row. They've played at an optimum level. Josh Allen has been electric. Something about those London games, something about being overseas. You know, I'm not saying the Jaguars are going to win, but I'm saying they're not going to win by 5.5. Give me the Jags.
Yeah, the Jags, this is their home game. They didn't leave. Right. They're still over there. So they're like, hey, we cool. This is our new home, so we'll sit over here. Because they don't want them in Jacksonville. They may as well have someplace that wants them.
You taking the Jags? Huh? Are you taking the Jags?
Yes.
I am too, and then my best bet of the week. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Jags are winning this game. Even up. They're winning this game.
There you go.
Can see that.
You heard it from Tom Mazaway. The Jags will beat the Bills. We need one more Ryan Ermanni picks.
Ryan will give me his picks shortly. So
Okay.
I will give them to you when he gives them to
Okay, sounds good. Let's go to game T. Oh, you got it, Maz. I'm sorry.
Game number 2, it is the Jets. Jets at Mile High at the Broncos. Broncos looking for 2 straight wins, favored by 2.5. Terry.
I do not trust your New York Jets.
I don't
do not trust their quarterback. I'm going to go Denver. Denver is at some point is going to get it together mildly. So I'm going to go Denver.
I'm going to go with the New York Jets. The Denver Broncos defense is abominable. They're an abomination. They are terrible. They are horrible. And also, you remember there was a head coach by the name of Sean Payton that said some very interesting things about Nathaniel Hackett and his job that he did with the Denver Broncos last week. Look, their defense is electric, and Zach Wilson seems to be trying to figure it out. And also, you got Breece Hall, you got Dalvin Cook. I will take the Jets in Mile High.
I'm taking the Jets to win this game as well. Give me the Jets and the points and the Jets to win this game, the Hackett Bowl in Mile High. We'll let you know. Big surprise. Okay, game number 3, it is the Titans and the Indianapolis Colts in Indy. Colts favored by 2.5. They lost a heartbreaker last week in overtime to the Rams. Anthony Richardson playing really well. He's healthy. The Colts are a home underdog. The Colts are getting 2.5 at home. Braylon.
I'm going with the Titans, and the reason why is because the more you have on film of players in the NFL, Anthony Richardson now has some film out there. NFL defensive coordinators can now scout that. I think they'll have his number against the Titans. The Titans defense is playing well. Give me the Titans.
All right, Terry.
Didn't we say Anthony Richardson couldn't play?
I did.
You said it.
But obviously he can a little bit.
I apologize on the air last week for that comment. I agree with you. Yeah, I apologize.
But I think he's I think Indianapolis is due. I'm going to go Indy.
Okay.
I'm taking the Colts as well. I think they're playing well. Sean Steichen's got him going. Hey, he was the quarterback whisperer, man. He's the one that made Jalen Hurts into Jalen Hurts. I know Jalen Hurts is talent.
Okay.
But this guy did help him.
I agree with you on that.
I'm going to take Anthony Richardson and the Colts to win this game. So give me Indy. Here we go. Ravens at the Steelers. Steelers are a home underdog. I don't remember the last time the Steelers were a home underdog. They're getting 4.5. Could it be Mitch Trubisky or will it be Kenny Pickett? Kenny Pickett says, I'm going to be ready to play. But does that really matter? Steelers getting 4.5.
No, it doesn't. You can get the Steelers 14.5. They're still not going to win. Lamar Jackson and Todd Monken are starting to try to figure it out. They've definitely figured it out in the red zone to the tune of 9 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson's accuracy right now is second in the league, only behind Tua. Give me them. The Steelers are a dumpster fire, and until they fire Matt Canada as their offensive coordinator, I will never choose them.
How about you, Terry? Ravens or Steelers?
Mitch Trubisky is probably going to play. I would never bet on him to win a football game. Ravens, when they have to perform, they do. And like Braylon said, I'll agree with him today. Pittsburgh is a dumpster fire. And I wonder what magic they're going to change. They said, Mike Tomlin said he's going to make a change. I guess they hitting pads. Is that the change? That's
I don't know.
Not good enough.
The change needs to be the highest paid players on their team need to be on the offensive side, or at least 1 or 2 of them, not all on the defensive side.
I'm going to go against my natural talents here in picking games. I'm going to take the Steelers. I'm going to take the home underdog. I'm going to think Mike Tomlin gets a fire lit under these guys, and maybe they could hang in there with the Ravens and maybe lose by 3. I'll take the Steelers plus 4.5. Here we go. Chiefs and the Vikings. There's one team Patrick Mahomes has not beaten. It's the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are home, and they're getting 3.5. Another home underdog. Braylon.
You know what? If the Kansas City Chiefs would have came out last week and they would have whooped up on the Jets, then I would have had no problem taking 3.5 for the Vikes. I would have had no problem saying, you know what? I think I'm going with the Vikes. I think I'm going with, the Vikes. But the Chiefs didn't look good. The Chiefs haven't looked good. Defense has, but offense hasn't. Everybody's heard. The wide receivers over there in Kansas City have to hear about everybody saying they don't have any wide receivers. They can't be man-to-man coverage. They can't get separation. Give me the Chiefs to win big.
Okay.
Give me the Chiefs to win big.
Chiefs favored by 3.5 on the road in Minnesota, Terry.
Minnesota, despite their record, when you eyeball them, they don't look that bad.
All one score losses or wins.
Yeah, so they're losing all the one score games
1-3
that they did last year. I think they'll keep it close enough. I'm going to take Minnesota.
I'm going to take the Vikings too, and I think the Vikings could win this game. I think a big game out of Kirk Cousins. I don't trust the Chiefs. I truly don't. I see what you see, Bray. They're not lighting the world on fire. They're right. Who'd they beat? They beat one team, the Bears. That's the only team they've really creamed. I'm taking the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, this is true. My only thing, too, is with the Kansas City Chiefs, they're still holding teams to 21 or less points. So you got to look at the defense.
Yeah.
And if the biggest concern, and everybody's saying it, but it's true, if the biggest concern is Patrick Mahomes and the offense for the Kansas City Chiefs, then they're going to figure that out.
Aren't they in trouble every week? They're like the professional wrestlers where you're kicking somebody's butt and then they're beating you up, and then it goes back and forth and you finally pin them at the end.
Week one, Chris Jones and Travis Kelce doesn't play. Travis Kelce finally play. It takes a second to get acclimated. Let's also give them credit too, because Eric Bieniemy is no longer there. They're trying to figure that offense out as well with new wide receivers that aren't that good. I hate Matt Nagy.
He's their guy.
Yeah, he's not mine.
All right, here we go. 2 more games to go. Cowboys at the 49ers. The 49ers just traded for Randy Gregory, by the way. Remember, Denver was going to cut him?
Man, yeah.
So the 49ers get him.
Another defensive end?
Another
body?
End. He got paid $70 million by Denver. 49ers will probably pick up $20 out of that contract. 49ers favored by 4 over America's team, Terry.
America's team is overrated. And isn't San Francisco and Dallas's head by now?
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what, they can't beat these guys. I think the Niners will roll. Be motivated to shut up this America's team stuff for a while. I'm going to take the Niners.
Okay.
I'm going to pull Tom Mazaway with the Baltimore Ravens and the Steelers. I'm going to go against my better judgment. I'm actually going to choose the Cowboys. Look, at some point, the Dallas Cowboys have to win a game against the 49ers. At some point, Dak Prescott has to show up, at least in the regular season. At some point, he has to show up and beat this team. Look, Dak Prescott beat this team twice, the 2 games before the last 2 years. So there is proof of him beating the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. And if you look at the losses, I wrote it down somewhere, but if you look at the losses, they're only 6 points 2 years ago, 7 points last year. So they're in the game. I think Dak has hurt everybody. I think Dak lets it go, and I think Dak has a big game. And I think not only do they cover the spread, I think the Cowboys win on the money line.
I feel better about my pick because the last time I checked, 6 points and 7 points are greater than 4 points.
The fact is they were in the game is what I was hinting to.
They still lost.
This is going to be.
I know they lost.
This is the game of the weekend. It's a Sunday night game. This is going to be a hell of a game, man. That spread, that's tough. Brock Purdy has never lost a regular season game, but we're talking with the spread, 4 points. Dallas is a terrific team. Great offense, man. Defense is playing good. Micah Parsons is banged up. Damn, this is a tough one for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Niners, but I believe the Cowboys could win. But give me the Niners, Bray. I'll take the Niners.
I got you covered.
I'm riding with them. And our final game of the week, you know what it is. It's our Detroit Lions hosting the Carolina Panthers, looking for a win. Only winless team in the league now that the Bears won. The Lions spread started at 7. It's now 10. Lions favored by 10. Terry.
I do not like double-digit spreads. I don't care who it is. I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Okay.
Right. Double that number. They'll win by 20 this week. And I understand it's the NFL, T. Foster, and you're absolutely right. Anything that it's Murphy's Law. Anything that can happen will happen. But I just understand where the Detroit Lions are is so far from where the Carolina Panthers currently are right now. So I got the Lions to cover the spread and then some.
I'm going to take the Lions as well. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think they'll win by 2 touchdowns. So give me the Lions to cover that 10. And stay healthy, guys. Stay healthy.
Watch out for that backdoor cover.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Junk touchdown at the end. But they own. Last year they lost by 14. Really, they were down 30. What was it, 37-3 at one point?
Yeah, 31-7.
31-7. 37-14. 37-23 was the final. I think the Lions could reverse that. So give me the Leos.
All right, check this out. We're going to take a quick break. We went over on that segment. You guys got the picks, and there's some damn good picks, by the way. I like my picks. I think I'm going undefeated this week.
That's good.
Okay.
I had a bad week last week.
Well, I love that you're confident.
You want to talk a little bit about the Pistons?
Yeah.
Season's getting close. You want to talk a little Pistons?
Sure.
All right, well, check this out.
Kool-Aid's doing a lot of hard work for us.
Hey,
we got some sound for you.
Over 1 million views on the clips and the content that Kool-Aid is putting out. Gotta love our man Kool-Aid. Let's do this. We'll take a quick break, talk about fairway packing, and then talk about Detroit Pistons. But first, a message from Fairway Packing. Chief Foster.
Yeah, Fairway Packing has
Get
some
your
good
steaks,
meat.
Terry.
They
got great meat.
They do have great meat. In fact, I've eaten some of that. So you eat some of the finest meats in the restaurant. It's probably from Fairway Packing. Over 60 years, Fairway Packing has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, which Braylon eats, and dry-aged beef.
Good.
Experience the Fairway difference for yourself. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks or order online at fairwaypacking.com.
Source aged, packed, cut, prime to perfection.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick and GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward, just south of 9 Mile, near where we are right now. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn also today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
LesStanford.com. Fine. New Roads.
Find them.
Last segment of the day, chilling at Dispo. Got to thank our people here at Dispo. They do a great job. They welcome us. They put us in great situations. People come through. The great thing about cannabis and these spaces, T, is everybody that comes to the door looks different.
They look happy to me.
Well, true, happiness, but I'm saying it's all walks of life.
All the cutie pies start coming in this time of the day.
Oh, man, look at you. You better put your eyes down.
Hey,
keep your eyes down.
I got Ryan's picks. I just want to put them out to everyone. He likes the Jags.
Okay.
He likes the Jets.
Okay.
He likes the Titans.
Okay.
He likes the Ravens.
Okay.
The Chiefs.
Okay.
The Niners.
Okay.
And the Leos. You know,
Well,
he'll
that's a
never
big
pick
surprise.
against the Lions.
So he and I have this. Ryan and I have the same pick for everyone except the Cowboys and the 49ers.
There you go. And I got 3 different from him.
So somebody's going to have a good week.
I got the practice squad here. Let's see what we got. Today, no Branch, no Cabinda. Doubtful, James Mitchell. Doubtful, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hamstring, they're calling it now. No, abdomen. Hamstring is James Mitchell. Everyone else, questionable all the way down, including Jamison Williams. They even put a questionable on him. But it looks like no Branch for sure, no Cabinda for sure. James Mitchell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, doubtful.
Don't need Branch, don't need Amon-Ra St. Brown, don't need James Cabinda, and appreciate if they would give those guys a rest like we talk about it. You don't need them against the Panthers. Save them. Let them get back healthy. It's going to be a long NFL season, as you pointed to. But today we want to talk a little bit about the Pistons. You bring in Monty Williams, you pay him a king's ransom, and now he's got some guys, some young guys. You go out, you draft Thompson. Great kid, plays both ways. Sar Thompson, great kid, plays both ways. He turned it out at Summer League this year for the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham coming back off his USA, where everybody talked about how great he was in those games and those pickups and those runs. Are you optimistic about the Detroit Pistons this year? And what I mean by that, T-Foss, optimism?
I need a definition.
Not to make the playoffs. Optimistic that they'll win 32 games. They will be in the majority of their games, and they will look much better than they have looked.
I am optimistic if that's the parameters you put on it.
They won 17 games last year.
I think that I know how many they won. But see, I talked to the Woodward little Piston guys here.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Kool-Aid. Now they say, the
Matt
Pistons are going to be. No, they said the Pistons are going to be good.
I afraidy.
Yeah, I said they're going to win 35 games. I said, fellas, winning 35 games is not good. Yes, it's better than what you did last year, but
it's a double +1 improvement though.
But it's not good. It means you were so terrible before that 35 games.
But doesn't it mean you're heading in the right direction?
That's different than good. That is accurate.
But it's good considered what you are. I think good is relevant. You can't say is it good compared to the Los Angeles Clippers, who should be a team that could potentially get to the Western Conference Finals according to their roster. You got to say good to what they are. 17 games last year, so good for them. If they get 18, that's great.
Honey bun, I think the word you're looking for is better. They are better than they were before.
Okay.
Are they going to be exciting? Yes. I think that's an exciting young team.
They'll be exciting. I agree.
At some point, this team is going to be good for real.
Maz, do you think, and what's the Detroit President? We actually have some we got
we're going to play Kool-Aid talk to Monty yesterday about how the team has been looking so far in practice. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, shut T-Foss up.
Yeah, yesterday you spoke to pushing and stressing the team. How was their response today in practice?
It was great. We had a great practice last night, led by Jalen and Cade. Killian has been terrific in camp. His leadership is showing in various ways. Monte's been really good. Alec Burks, Joe, those guys have been phenomenal as far as enforcing the things that we want to enforce on a daily basis. We've only had 5 practices, but you can see the guys we have in the building are really enforcing the things that we want to teach every day, and the first thing is always team.
T-Foss, if you got like Monty Williams, and he's coming from a team in the Phoenix Suns who had KD, they had Devin Booker, they had talent out there like no other, and they were really in the competition. If you're Monty Williams, how are you approaching the season? How are you looking at these young talent? Because you're really doing a do-over from where you were in Phoenix. How is he going to lead this team, and how is he going to coach?
I think he's looking at it like, I can really do something great here. This is a team that tanked last year. They crashed the plane. They didn't want to win. And I am going to change.
And they got screwed.
True. Draft.
They did get screwed in the draft. But I think I'm looking at it the same as Dan Campbell. He changed the mindset. He changed the narrative there. And if I'm Monty Williams, I'm doing that too with the Pistons. That's my thing. I want to change their mind.
The person that helped Dan Campbell change that mindset, Tom Mazaway, was Brad Holmes. He helped the draft process for the Detroit Lions. Troy Weaver, do you believe that he's in a situation, do you believe that he's done and he's doing what needs to be done for Monty Williams to have success in Detroit?
I think he's been using the Pistons almost like a chemistry project. I mean, the way he dumps guys, brings a bunch of other guys in, makes another trade, brings some other guys in. He's got to it's got to start showing up now. It's got to start showing up. You got Cade Cunningham last year. They sat him out, and thankfully they did, because he would have just damaged his calf even more. He got the operation. He's 100% now. He's the leader of this team. Now you got guys like Killian Hayes, the guy that he first drafted.
Finally,
when he came
heard
over.
his name.
And you heard Killian Hayes' name.
Yeah.
In a good thing. And I hope that kid can turn out to be something, to give something to this team. And, Terry, I got to ask you, that first draft that he did, he got all those players. Everyone thought they were going to be really, really good. And they kind of all disappeared. They make a couple of trades. And this is the team you got right now. But Killian Hayes, is he sticking with this team, yes or no?
I think he's sticking with him. Monty Williams said he called him a leader.
I know.
Likes what he likes in. I don't like Killian Hayes.
You don't?
Here's the reason. And I think he's protected too much in this city. I'll run into something. Oh, did you see Killian Hayes last night? He had 8 points, 2 assists, and 1 turnover. Wasn't he terrific? No, he wasn't. But he sure can pass the ball. Yeah, he's a good passer. But
he's a good-looking kid.
Huh?
He's a good-looking kid.
Very good-looking kid. I like his little afro.
Yeah, look good.
So, but good. Come on now.
I know, but I think you draft Asar Thompson of the Thompson boys, and
he played well, man.
I like this kid. I know I didn't see much about him. I really didn't. I just like the way he is. I get a feeling from this guy that between him, Cade Cunningham, a few other guys, I think James Wiseman's going to have a breakout year this year. I'm a James Wiseman fan, and I believe that's going to be, when it comes down to it, I think that's going to be a good deal that the Pistons made, that Troy made. What do you think of James Wiseman, guys?
James Wiseman is going to be the Isaiah Buggs of the Pistons.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to play much at the beginning of the year, and then at some point they're going to turn to him, and then he's going to show out.
I hope so. Bray?
We'll see.
I know you're iffy on him.
I mean, at the end of the day, I believed in the talent that he had when he was coming from the Golden State, and I think he did flash, and I think he did show ways in terms of when he got pissed about the loss and things like that. I think he does bring a certain level of things from the Golden State Warriors, but I still want to see it here. Like, I want to see how he's implemented, because the Lions are in a situation, if they look good early on in the year, that they may be buyers before the trade deadline, so we'll see what that is. Tom, show's almost over, and I know you want to give us a little bit on what happened in baseball, what to look for tomorrow. So we come to you. Give us a little bit about tomorrow and the playoffs in the MLB.
MLB, down to it, baby. It's down to the ALDS and the NLDS, the final 8. And I saw a stat yesterday. Back yesterday in 2006, the Tigers beat the Yankees in the ALDS. You remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, what a great time
Maglio.
in Detroit baseball. It was amazing. But tomorrow, you got the Rangers at the Orioles. Orioles, best record in the American League. The Rangers have never won a World Series. They blew the AL West to the Astros, so they blew home field advantage. But can the Rangers bounce back? They're even looking at Max Scherzer to maybe come back before it's all said and done. The Twins at the Astros. If there's one thing I want out of this, is please somebody knock off the Houston Astros. I beg you. Carlos Correa, I beg you, and the Minnesota Twins to finish
Justin
these sons of
Verlander,
bitches
World
off.
Series
Please.
MVP.
I don't want to hear it. On the National League, the Diamondbacks at the Dodgers. Dodgers don't have pitching, guys. The Dodgers don't have pitching. They got Clayton Kershaw and a bunch of guys that can go 4 innings. I'm telling you, the Diamondbacks could beat the Dodgers. And finally, the Phils at the Braves. This is the best one of the 4 series. Phillies and the Braves are going to be tooth and nail. It's going 7. And I think Philly could win.
Phillies and the Braves, definitely the Phillies. You know, I'm a Bryce Harper fan. Kyle Schwarber is a great hitter as well. But the Braves, man, you got guys.
They are good.
You got 6 guys that hit over 40 home runs.
So good.
They took 6 guys to hit over 40 home runs. All right, show's almost over. T-Foss, I come to you. Detroit Lions, Carolina Panthers. What do you want to see out of the Detroit Lions this coming Sunday? Like, what are you looking forward to most? Or what are you looking for exactly?
Take care of your business.
Okay.
Be professional. Be focused. Treat this team like a real NFL team. That's the only way. And I'm looking for Jared Goff not to have an interception.
I like that.
Tom Mazaway, I come to you. What are you looking for?
Stay healthy. Get the win. I don't care if you win by 3. I don't. Just get the win, and let's try it again the following week. Get the win.
I like how Braylon didn't attack you. They got to beat him by 40 or 50 points.
I never threw a number out. I just said dominate. The thing I'm looking forward to most is let me see how you get Jahmyr Gibbs working in this offense. Let me see how you get Jahmyr working in this offense. I think it's a great time to get him going. Dave Montgomery feels a little more comfortable. Jameson's back. It's a good team to get him going. Let me see J-Mo become more a part of this offense in a consistent way. That's our show for today, man. We appreciate this week. It's been a great week. You guys have been tuned in live. Thank you for T-Falls stepping in today as you have 2 Fridays in a row. We appreciate that, Maz. Love you, my guy, Parker JB. Excellent work out of you guys. This is Woodward Sports Network. This is what we do. We are bringing it to you live, raw, for the direct effect. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
See you guys.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.